and we see Toon is going to be joining the lobby now. Everybody look at chat. I'm about to post the password.
Quick lobby snipe.
And okay, so it is Rainmaker Museum. I was a little bit worried that maybe he was subbing out and didn't tell us, so we were watching the wrong stream. But no, it's loaded up to Museum Rainmaker. So, whew, dodge a bullet on that one.
So you were sweating a little bit there, Hitzel.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, not a repeat of Inkstorm 4 where it's like, okay, they're gonna join the lobby, right? And it's like the set is over, 3-0. Like, oh, and just to respond to people in chat, I don't dislike Rainmaker Arowana. It's just that at Squidstorm, which was the first big North American Splatoon, in-person tournament that we did, I got knocked out after a really, really crazy back and forth Rainmaker match where we kind of like lost at the last second. So now whenever anyone sees Rainmaker Arowana while I'm in the room, I kind of get like some looks. So I thought I might just acknowledge it before people make fun of it.
So what you're gonna see when you start off this match is you're gonna see a lot of teams. There's different ways to approach this map depending on how offensive or defensive you're playing. Typically, when I play with my team in particular, we like to rush right side, all four stack right. People normally think the game is literally played like a back and forth situation where you play against the two platforms. But the thing about Museum is that there's so many ways to flank around people that the actual safest way to play is based on the two platforms where you drop down from, covering those sides. So at least you only have one way to engage the enemy. So you're going to see a lot of teams either going for like special flanks, or you're going to see all four grouped together onto a right side to try and play a safe approach to the game.
Or you'll see one team pick up that Rainmaker and like a spearhead just dive it straight through as deep as possible and just dunk it. This is definitely a match that, if you time it appropriately, there is a pathway that opens up in the first 30 seconds of the map that allows you to pop the Rainmaker, jump into the middle platform, jump onto the wall, and then hop over the one wall whenever the platforms are rotating back through to give you that one of those impromptu situational kind of pathways that open up that can take you straight through into the Rainmaker, and you can dunk within 30 seconds.
Crazy parkour jumps with dubstep montage, and yeah.
Oh yeah, the greatest EDM can provide.
Are you trying to say, Hitzel, that you will be providing the music in the event that a dunk does happen?
Yeah, I'll get my ready for.
Yeah, you can't forget the wubs as well. You know that wah wah wah.
Your boots and your cats.
Someone clip all of that and put it on Twitter so that we can be embarrassed later when we listen to it. All right, great. But yeah, no, definitely. The way that the platforms move on a fixed timer on this map also kind of like, again, all the crazy trick jumps. Not only are the jumps themselves crazy, but the strategy behind it is interesting too, because everything kind of comes in waves. Like this map kind of has like phase shifts. Well, they aren't like as important as say the truck moving back and forth in Turf War on Port Mackerel to get in your way and be like, stupid truck, who put this here? It's actually it actually is significant to the strategy, which is really, really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I always get stalled by that. Sometimes I'm playing E-Leader and I'm scoping in, and I scope in so hard that I don't realize that one of the fan is actually pushing me off the platform. Very unfortunate when I die and I find out that it's because of a platform or a spinning fan.
Yep. But at the same
this
time,
this is why we ban items in Smash.
At the same time, that's a lot of fun to have. I've done it a few times when using the Hydra, of letting the platform move me into position and just wind up everything, just let it slowly open up in front of me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looks like we had some DCs coming in from the Savages. Looks like a nice, happy little lobby reset. So I'm just going to hide that password real quick.
And I'm quite sure that we'll get another lobby up soon.
Oh yeah, it should only be a few seconds. Hopefully it was just a little blurb in the internet, not an actual power outage.
Yeah, so it is worth mentioning that Synergy is 1-0 up against Hanran. I don't know if we maybe actually just want to real quick switch back to Resbit's stream just to provide some content, and I'm assuming that once that set ends, we'll be able to hop on to the Savages, or...
It looks like the lobby is getting ready to get in right now.
Okay, yeah, so we can just stick with this.
But yeah, actually, it's funny. I'm gonna say that in the Savages game, you might not actually see any snipers. They're just probably gonna go 4 people frontlining, just full aggro.
Yeah, a lot of shooters and a lot of rollers.
Oh yeah, no, Hanran definitely is known for being like a really crazy
Savages,
aggressive.
sorry.
Yeah, Savages. A lot of the same players, so it's kind of the same. Yeah, that group in general, that kind of revolves around like some of the, like their shared players. They're really aggressive. A lot of times don't even run a sniper. They kind of get map control by brute force. So you have people like Kyo, you have people like Hachi, Savage, like a lot of these players are just really, really aggressive, and it really works out really well, especially once they kind of gain momentum. It's really hard to shake them off because there's going to be stealth jumps coming in. They have like recon stealth jump to like make sure that their jumps are really safe. It's kind of crazy.
So while we're waiting again, let's go into some more meta strats. Popping the Rainmaker first, or waiting for the enemy team to pop the Rainmaker first?
On this map, I don't think it's really worth it to go for the Rainmaker pop, because unlike most maps, the Rainmaker doesn't really paint anything when it pops. On this map, the Rainmaker is kind of elevated on the middle central platform, so when you pop it, it just paints the platform that it's on. It doesn't paint like the surrounding area, so it really doesn't help you get like map control or anything.
What about the charge up though? When you pop a Rainmaker, you get a huge amount. You're basically giving someone a free special to whoever pops it.
I guess that that is definitely something to note. Again, like sometimes like going for a strategy that gets you like a decent lead at the beginning can be kind of rough, because then you have to hold that lead for a long time. I think that also if the enemy goes for a pop and you guys kind of paint more of the map, you're going to get special by have painted more than the enemy that just runs right to the Rainmaker and kind of just like dumps their early game resources into the Rainmaker. Now that can help you out later, because then like the path to the middle of the map from your base has a lot more stuff to paint. So in theory, you could be playing like a Zimmy or something like that has heavy depletion. If you die, you can respawn and just kind of paint as you make it back to the middle of the map. But I kind of feel that it's a little bit more desirable to just kind of get more stable map control, and if they pop the Rainmaker, then that's okay. But you're definitely right that the meter management is something to think about.
Yep. So who do you think is going to win this match, guys? Savages or Leviathan?
I'm kind of banking on the Savages, honestly. They have like a really just wrecking ball style. I know that Leviathan's been doing really well lately. They've kind of like established themselves as the team to watch out for in these past couple weeks. But at the same time, the Savages is really, really strong. No one's like used to fighting them right now because they've kind of had like a hiatus. And if you look at these maps, maybe Arowana Mall might not be the strongest map for them, but I think Museum and Flounder are definitely going to be pretty well suited to just kind of just no holding back, just aggression. So I think it kind of depends on how this first match goes, because if the Savages can't really get like crazy momentum going, they're definitely not going to be able to get it going on Arowana.
Yeah, that's kind of like the how do you say, the crutch of the Savages in particular, is that they have to be constantly playing offensive.
Mm-hmm. Which they have no problems with.
Yeah. Actually, the Quavo going with the splatter scope, making sure they got that well-rounded comp, and Leviathan opting to not go for one. Commentator's curse, I guess we're always wrong.
Wait, so this is Toon going?
Yep.
Nozzle Nose right now? Interesting.
Yeah, Toon is going Nozzle Nose.
And not Kyo. Kyo kind of known for making really good use of Nozzle Nose. And as we see, maybe a little bit of what we were talking about earlier, we get the quick pop coming from the Savages right now, but they seem to have lost a lot of people. Fortunately, the situation was handled well enough so that they weren't going to lose map control. The Rainmaker still picked up and players are respawning, so it looks like the Savages is actually going to come out on top out of this opening push.
So, yeah, definitely making a nice kill with that Rainmaker. You thought they were going to rush it out at first, but then they just started playing very calmly.
That will
almost got the, what was it, like a 39 point push I think you got for landing on that ledge, maybe 40?
Yeah, so one 40. one thing I like to point out about killer whales is that they're kind of underrated in the sense of people think that they're just there to make someone have a push, but they also block a lot of vision from snipers and anyone trying to aim at the person. So not only is it good to create a path and create some distance between them, but it's also really hard to kill someone who's in the middle of a killer whale. People very much underestimate it, but it's created a lot of very, very, very strong pushes for what we just see playing on a regular basis.
Speaking of strong pushes, Havo actually is able to make the trick jump, and he's going to be able to push the Rainmaker back into their opponent's base. Just non-stop aggression. They don't even care that they need to hold the lead for a long time. They're just kind of going in. I just want to double check my time. I'm at 17 seconds, 16. Am I?
You are 1 second ahead of me, actually. It looks like.
I'm exactly in sync with Blake right now.
So
perfect.
We're good.
So yeah, it looks like. Oh, that sucks. Toon just had a crack and it never used it. Got it taken out. But at this point, I mean, they're so far ahead. Getting to the 28 mark on Museum is like so good. Yeah. It's very, very easy to defend this platform area if you know you have the lead.
Yeah, that and not having an L3D painting to get you meter in a Rainmaker match where the enemy has the Rainmaker is going to get you crack. And as we see, Toon's able to use his crack and pop the Rainmaker, maybe get a kill. Oh, he gets a trade, and it looks like a 2v3 situation. So the Savages is going to have to be a little bit careful here to not lose map control and cause some kind of landslide push from Leviathan.
I mean, it's 3-2 up right now. It's kind of even. I don't see Leviathan making any type of push within the next 30 seconds, I'd say.
They're definitely going to have to earn something.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to use a couple of specials, gain a couple of specials in order to try and push this further.
Although
keeping the Rainmaker there is really detrimental. It's a really bad position for Leviathan.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that is
all of the people from...
Oh my god!
Oh, and that's going to be a very strong push, if not the lead. Oh, there it is!
28, 27, 26, oh my god! They got the lead! Oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah, the Savages were in a really bad position right there because they got 2 down and the 2 people that they had left kind of shrank back onto their platform where the spinner was and then started retreating. And doing that can be really, really rough on this map because what happens is the enemy team just completely takes over the middle of the map and they have lots of ways to flank you, push up, stop your respawning teammates from doing anything useful, and that's exactly what we saw. Leviathan was able to just convert that into an 11-point lead, which is really strong, especially when there's a little bit over a minute left in the game and another wipe happens.
Yeah, what I would say in particular is that Savages got too focused on that little platform area. They didn't think about the flank on that left side. What happened is they just got all 4 people wiped instantly because no one was paying attention to that area. When you're trying to hold a defensive lead like that, you need to be sure you can hold it. And now Savage is just falling apart from that incredible flank.
Yeah, coming back from this, to break that 11-point, you're pretty much going to have to just dunk it at that point.
Speaking of dunks.
And there it is! Leviathan taking that first match. Dark horse indeed. I think they have a very strong chance in this tournament.
Yeah, especially now, the Savages are going to have to play Arowana, a map that I don't really foresee them being the best on. Now, they do have Kavo, who actually is a pretty good E-leader, and I'm not sure what we're going to see out of Leviathan as far as sniping goes, but...
And apparently there's 2 DCs on the Savages.
Oh boy. Maybe DCing is actually a pretty bad strategy. If you excuse me for one moment, I have to mute.
Sure thing. So it was definitely during that last push, and it looks like it wasn't within the time restrictions for a replay. And they're moving on to Arowana Mall.
Not only that, I'm not sure the DC happened at that original wipe, or was that only after?
I think
it felt like that push was very, very strong, and I feel like they still had the lead before the DCs. I mean, I can't confirm it right now, but I'll definitely go back and look at that to see. So yeah, we're gonna get into the next game of Rainmaker Arowana.
Oh, no replay rules. Thanks, Jordan. So there we go. Even cleaner. They DC'd, and it was unfortunate.
So next map is Rainmaker Arowana. Keys to look out for on this map. Sniper is incredibly strong on this map. It's almost like a mandatory rule set to have one just on this little perch area to make sure no one can get some defensive sneak pushes in. overall, most people fight for that neutral area. The closes, each team's little hallways are very, very important places to keep hold of. You want to make sure that you have someone on your team covering the enemy section and someone on your own covering it. Those cause so many flanks, and they create such a distraction if you don't have control of them.
Yeah, and I think at another DC, oh, unfortunate it starts. So it's going into a 4v3. This next match.
And I get back just in time for wah-wah.
So what I was saying before, this is probably, as far as most Rainmaker maps go, the worst possible map to leave the Rainmaker in the center. There's a lot of blocked vision in this one, so you really want to get it anywhere but the original starting position.
Yeah, center control in this map is so huge, and not controlling the center, or not being able to fully control the center is definitely a problem. I think that we're just going to see them really quickly in the match here so that they can restart the lobby. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I believe that they're going to replay the match. Just
and it's 2! It's 1-1!
So, one thing I like to point out to people, just some little tips while we're in the middle of this game setting up again. You always want to be sure that you have someone grabbing the Rainmaker once it's popped. You can leave a Rainmaker sitting as long as that Rainmaker isn't popped, but the second it's popped, someone should be on it. If that Rainmaker is open, I promise you there will be problems.
I promise you there will be problems.
Like, it's just a general rule. Like, if you're at that 30 mark and the enemy team's coming into your base and that Rainmaker is wide open and no one is on it, there's two things that can happen. Either they can push even a stronger lead just out of fluke because you're not paying attention to it. And the second thing is that they can stall it a push even longer for you. Because then you have to reset. You have to pop the bubble again. Just overall bad practice. Everyone, once you pop a Rainmaker, please grab it. Like, it's just the cause of all frustration if you do not grab that Rainmaker.
Yeah. I can say from experience, with a little bit of ink resistance and a little bit of run speed, you can make it a mile through enemy ink just walking it through before you get taken out. Especially if you sneak it past someone who, like Spoon was saying, is leaving it unsupervised, just dropping down, grabbing, and just trudging through enemy territory. As slow as can be, you can still make a lot of distance before they can react to falling back and taking you out.
Alright, and we actually have full rosters loaded up, so let's see if Savages can, kind of make the steep climb that they need to win on a map that we've kind of established as not really being the best in their favor. I think we saw an E-leader from Kavo, but I'm not sure. No, Kavo's actually not sniping right now, so interesting choice. And yeah, I think it is. And I also want to just point out that I think that Nozzle Nose is a great weapon on this map. So if it does come down to a lot of scramble situations, I actually foresee a little bit of an advantage for the Savages in kind of situations like this, because the Nozzle Nose is just really good at like moving around, burst damage, burst bombs, and connection.
Oh no!
No, we're good.
Oh.
Good.
Survive!
Oh, this is right. And we're gonna see Toon actually go ahead and pick up the
oh no! And there goes the lobby.
We could potentially see if maybe someone else could stream this. I'm sure that our TOs are probably already on top of that right now, or someone who's not streaming host, something along those lines. We're gonna leave it up to those in charge to get this sorted out while we go ahead and wait. Unfortunately, we can't show any other matches.
Yeah, I think originally it was someone else hosting, and then the lobby died, and then Toon hosted.